So that'll back him up 5. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. From the shotgun, Boykin. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. That's all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. Space to maneuver at the 40. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 14-7. Now McManus on to kick this one off. Here comes Nelson. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Throwing here, Boykin on first. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And that one results in 35 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Flex round! Flex round!
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Flex round! Flex round!
From the gun, it's Boykin. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's...
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Ready to go now in the 2nd quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out.
Flex round!
Now Boykin. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
This is taken at the 15. Now a hit and a loose football.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
Play fake here on first down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice gain.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
They go play action here on first down. Dancing to his left. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Partner, I think there's a lesson there. Some days you're just having a really tough time, and for the defense, today has been that day. But after that play, what do you learn? You can still make plays even when the other guy's having success against you.
Leopard! Leopard!
And they'll try the run game here with the running back. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be a third and about 13. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
He'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. And defensively going with a dime set, 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. This time, Boykin looks to throw. Being chased out left. Now he'll let it go deep left sideline. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. He'll look to set up his blockers. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. And Denver getting set to take the field.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
On the ground they go with a running back. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Remain here in the first half. Back to Denver right after this. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos 1st down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Gone!
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. Oh, so close to an interception. Read that beautifully. Got his hands on it, couldn't get it. And it's 2nd down.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, batted free. They'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And the Raiders have got him.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Looking here for Smith downfield. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half. Trying to hit a big chunk play right there. and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
They go play action now. Boykin. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. J.J. Nelson, the intended target. And that'll bring up second down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly 3rd and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the first down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
Taking on the midfield logo. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. And Denver getting set to take the field. And this is a spot late in the clock near midfield, though. Maybe take a couple chances, see if you get in field goal range.
You do that if you have trust. And this should be a position now with a great one.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. 14 seconds, all that's left of this first half as they come up on 1st down. After the interception, here's Boykin sliding out of the pocket. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Ohio!
Now Boykin on 1st down. Going up top. And that is incomplete. Well, now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. Bulldozes past him. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Four down. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Leopard.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Finding room inside the 40. Wide open receiver complete. And finally down at the 32-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. And they'll go on the ground. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. The ball comes out, and the Raiders have recovered. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll run it now. How they going? And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is. Right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a really, I'm doing it though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the 2nd half too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. On 2nd down, it's Boykin. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd, it's Boykin. He's going to wind up and air it out. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack.
One thing they definitely like about this youngster is his motor. He is full throttle on each and every snap. Loves to get after the quarterback. That has to feel good to him right there. His first career sack.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on.
Here we go now. Green.
They'll look to throw. Now he'll escape to his left. Throw left side complete. That's Lindsey. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. They give him a gain of 38.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flipped field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Elsewhere around the NFL, 3rd quarter now in Los Angeles. And the Rams have opened it up to lead by a couple of touchdowns now. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
So while the offense has had a big day, no one on that side of the ball is excited about seeing a loss like that. Their goal, to make every play positive. And when you have a bad one like that, your next goal is to not let it spiral into more.
On play action, they'll throw. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. They'll set up to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Welcome back now to Denver. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. And McManus able to put it through. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Boykin on 1st and 10. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Boykin. And this one's incomplete.
See, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter, maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Boykin. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Here now, Johnny Townsend. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field, and they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, let's get 3.
Not one that I've ever met.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus out.
Now the ball comes loose. And fortunately, he's able to get this one back, so it is a 1st down. I'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Steps away. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
But there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. And they'll run it here. And he picks up the 1st as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. His pass caught at the 4. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal. Second and goal from inside the 5.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They're going to look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
On 1st down, Boykin. Out left side here to Bryant. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. Now Boykin on 2nd down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Justin Simmons. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way. So
they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 30. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. The Raiders try to move quickly, trying to get everybody back to the line.
And there's another sack for Bradley Chubb, and that's exactly why they drafted him. But don't discount his ability to play the run. This is a big, strong young man who understands offensive schemes, how they try to block, and he'll stand stout against the running game as well as continuing to get out.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Will Parks, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
Detroit!
They'll set up a throw. Over the middle, he's got Deshaun Hamilton. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. Yardage here to the 31-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Denver, they at least get the win here to earn a split of their first 2 home games. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for Oakland, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.